Good afternoon from Nairobi, Kenya. Today I'm in Nairobi town and we want to talk about the Tom Mboya Street, and that is his statue there. It is very far, not far from where I am, but it is very congested. We have a lot of people there, so I can't go there. What I have to speak, I wanted it to be captured behind me, but it is there. So that one being said, still we'll talk about it. So the video of today will be about Tom Mboya Street. And you know, we cannot just talk about Tom Mboya Street without having the history of himself, the Thomas Joseph Odhiambo Mboya. So first we should have the information behind it, then we join the street to see. Okay, so who is Thomas Joseph Odhiambo Mboya? Thomas Joseph Odhiambo Mboya was born in 1930 in a colonial sisal farm in a town near Thika, which was the White Highland of Kenya. Thomas Odhiambo Mboya went to school. He was schooled in Machakos and then went for further studies. In 1959, Thomas Joseph Odhiambo Mboya, with the African American Student Foundation, they are airlifted 81 Kenyans to go to United States for further studies. For them, the 81 people, we had one that was the former Peace Nobel, Wangari Maathai, was part of them. In 1960, Thomas Odhiambo Joseph Mboya, him and then the Senate, the Kennedy who was later the President of the United States, airlifted other Africans. Now this is now Africans. Okay, they airlifted other Africans for further studies to United States of America. So the father to the former United States of America president, that was Barack Obama, the Obama Senior, was among them. In 1969, that was on July 5th, that is when Thomas Joseph Odhiambo Mboya was assassinated on then the Government Road. This road used to be called Government Road. Okay? Now, right now, it is the Moi Avenue. It was called the Government Road. So Thomas Joseph Mboya was assassinated by his close friend, that was Nahashon Isaac Njenga. Thomas Mboya had gone to Chaani's pharmacy to buy an ointment, because in the afternoon he was to go to Ethiopia and go to United States for a meeting that he was selected as one of the Kenyan representatives. So Thomas Joseph Mboya was assassinated by his close friend, that was Nahashon Isaac Njenga, with 2 bullets right here. He never died instantly, but he was rushed to the Nairobi hospital. The doctors tried their level best, but later he was declared dead. What happened then? The country experienced the worst thing ever. The war broke up, and for the president, who was the former president, that is the late Jomo Kenyatta, for him to cool things down, they erected that statue that is there very far. They erected the statue just to cool the waters. And later they renamed the Queen Victoria's Road, which is behind there, they renamed it Tom Mboya Street. So this is Moi Avenue. By then it was the Government Road. And there it is where we had the Chaani's family pharmacy there. And Tom Mboya had gone there just to buy an ointment because he was rushing somewhere. Remember, Kenya had just gained independence, so still the country was still young. For that, the country was still young. So for the ministers or those people who were working in the government, they could move. And another thing to explain that, why did he go to buy it? It is just that he was very close friend to the Chaani's family. So the doctors pronounced him dead. And then that road, the one that will be able to go and block in, it was renamed to Tom Mboya Street. That is after it was changed from the Queen Victoria to Tom Mboya Street. That is the crime scene. So this was a government road, and he was assassinated not by a long range though, that was a shotgun. So Nahashon just approached him and he shot him 2 shots. Bap, bap. Then Tom Mboya fell down. He was rushed to the Nairobi hospital, but later declared dead. So please join me as we move towards Tom Mboya Street. A lot of noise in Nairobi town. The main aim of the video is it the road, is that street really to the standard of the then Thomas Joseph Odhiambo Mboya? Is it on the same standard or no? So please join me as we move towards the Tom Mboya Street. Yes, from Nairobi town. So Tom Mboya Street, start from this side. That is Haile Selassie Avenue. That is the railways. Then you start from there as it move down or up to Koja bus station. Okay, so we'll move like that. You can see that shop. They were selling sneakers, canvas, vents, all. But what happened during the rejecting finance bill, people broke into, and you can see it is evident. So the focus is on this street, the Tom Mboya Street. And as I've just told you that I've given you a very good intro of who was he and how people valued it by then. He was a vocal man. He was a labor leader, not even a politician. He later turned to be a politician. When he came back to Kenya, that's when he turned to be a politician. But he was actually a labor leader, not a politician. Then along the way, things how they happened, he was later assassinated. And the assassin, who was Nahashon Njenga, was taken, he was later arrested, and we heard that he was sentenced to death, convicted, and he was sentenced to death. But what transpired after, we have many theories where people are saying that the guy was not sentenced to death, a lot of things. So even if you bring that story up, it is like you are now adding salt in the wound. So it's not something good to talk about. So we are on Tom Mboya Street, and we are moving towards the Koja bus station, and that's the view. It's on Sunday, that's why you can see a lot of people. People are doing business as normal, yes. So this is Tom Mboya Street. And you see, when he was assassinated, from then Kenya has never been back to its normal, because the fight broke up, people start fighting. If you can watch some of the videos, we had one video that was at the Holy Family Basilica outside, and you could see the soldiers, they were beating people up at the hospital. When it was now pronounced that he's no more, none of the people who were there was able to handle it. So everyone was forcing into the operational room. Yes, the operational room. So it was chaotic. People were beaten up, people were killed. So for that, the president by then, who was Jomo Kenyatta, to cool things down, he decided that let's erect a statue of him. And that's when we came up with this road, the Tom Mboya Street. Yes. the Tom Mboya Street. It is on Sunday, and you can see how the street looks like. Our rocking vehicles, those are nganyas, some buses. Sometimes we normally have the electric bus at this place. Yes, and that is the Afia Center. Yes, and this is how it is on Sunday. I've never thought that Sunday looks like this. I normally think that Sundays people will go to church, but today is when every content creator comes out, the TikTokers, and you can see that, okay? So let's continue as we move on this street. So recently it was rehabilitated, or yes, I will use that word. They laid the new cabros, and that's why you can see that people are able to sit and do what they like. And for the content creators taking pictures, TikTokers, all of them, they will always meet here. And this will ever be there. The colorful nganya matatu that plays loud music, and yes, it's mainly for the youth. Most of the time you will get the youth are in taking them, and you can see the buildings aren't that new, very old building, and the border, in case you are in a rush, you just jump in one of it and it takes you around. And you have the street boys who are here. Yeah, street boys are there, and they are making their thing. Yes, niaje bana. Uko poa? Niaje huko? Salimia bana. Nini hiyo? Lunch. Lunch. Lunch sasa mimi niko na 10 bob bana. Muko tu. Jika itatosha sasa.
Kwani mimi ndio nakosa.
Uko sawa? Hapo nione kama naweza mko wangapi wenye wamebaki? Napeana 10 tena. Small video of the street family, the street boys. I did not want to continue recording them. So this street is going through some rehabilitation or renovation, if I will use that word, because before the cabros weren't here. If you can watch some of the videos, the cabros weren't here just very recently, and the work is still going on. It's not yet even finished. Yes. So this is Nairobi town, and on Tom Mboya Street with the history of him. Yes, okay. So today is on Sunday, and you can see a lot of people. The work is still going on. It's not yet finished. Yes. I thought you want to. And this is the junction of Ronald Ngala. When you are going down Ronald Ngala Street, Ronald Ngala statue is down there. And then if you want to join the government road, but right now is the Moi Avenue, you go straight. But for me, I'm maintaining this. That is on Tom Mboya Street. Yes, a small history of him. So a lot happened during that 1969, because Tom Mboya was shot on Saturday. By then, government used to work on Saturday, and our country was still young. It has just gained independence in 1963. So it was still young. A lot of things had not changed, that on Saturday the government should not work. Yes, we are in that transitional government, gaining independence, and so we are transiting now for us to do our own things. Okay? So on Saturday he was working, the government officials were working, and he was tracked from the airport, because previously he was in Ethiopia. He was in Ethiopia, then he came back to Kenya. Then the same day he never left. He was tracked and killed by the assassin, his close friend, Nahashon Njoroge, Nahashon Isaac Njenga. Yes, that was the assassin. So a lot happened. People fought a lot. Everyone was crying. It was very painful. The guy was the brightest labor leader we ever had, or the brightest politician we ever had. Many of the things he used to say happened. And you can remember there's a place where him, Martin Luther King, they shared the same podium when he was now talking to the people. Okay? They shared the same podium. That was Tom Mboya. He was a very sharp and brilliant politician, but he was a labor leader who turned to be a politician. So this is the road, and the main theme of this was to see, is the road leaving to the standard. This is the Kenya Archives. In front of it is where you will find the statue is there. So I was there, and this is the ambassador. As you move like that, okay? So we are still moving because it is a long stretch when you move up or down. Yeah. Today being on Sunday, it's a bit busy. These vehicles here, this stage will take you to Eastleigh. Yes. And this will take you to Alsila on Waiyaki Way. Maybe you are going to Kawangware. It will take you Westlands. It will take you there. That is the Kenneth Matiba Street. Kenneth Matiba Street is there as you move down towards River Road. Okay? Yes, so we are in the capital, being on Sunday, a lot of people, and the main theme of the video is about the street of Tom Mboya. Is it on the standard? In terms of it being on the standard, things doesn't look good though. They look a bit oldish, but we still remember him. Whenever we mention him, who was Tom Mboya, that means that wherever he is, let his soul rest in peace. Yes. So the statue is there. If I move here and go the other side, the statue, that is where I was, but we have a lot of people. It is not clear for you to have a clear picture of it. And it has been like that during weekdays, during weekends. It is ever congested with a lot of people sitting sitting on the perimeters, maybe if I can use that word. Colorful matatu that are ever present in Nairobi town. You can see as we are moving up, as we will be ending the video somewhere maybe near the Holy Family Basilica, near the Kenyan Supreme Court, because Nahashon Njenga was charged at the Supreme Court, and the first mass of Thomas Mboya was held at the Holy Family Basilica. So let's see if we'll be able to link this video towards that area. Yes, that is Nairobi town, so enjoy it as we continue conversing, as we continue talking about our hero who lost his life. He was assassinated. There's no need to hide. He was assassinated, and the assassin was later charged. But the assassin said that, why don't you go to the big man? Why don't you go for the big man? By then, people have been interpreting it in a wrong way or in different ways. Big man is who and who. But that one, we leave it to God, because that happened long time ago. For sure, Tom Mboya could be the president of Kenya. He could be the third president of Kenya or the second president of Kenya, by the way things were going. Yes. The colorful matatu on our streets, they are ever evident. So we take that, the graffiti we take, I don't know where we take it from, because the West doesn't do this. But we'll import those pictures from the West, the famous rappers, good musicians, or then we'll just draw them. You can see like this. So we take everything that is attractive, then boom, that's how it goes. Someone will be asking, why are you walking on the road? I'm walking on the road because the pavement is a bit congested. A lot of people are there. That's why I decided to pick. This the middle side. Okay. This one is Ladema Road. This one is Ladema Road that connects you to River Road. Yes, that is Ladema Road that will connect you to River Road. And we are at Imenti House. Imenti House has been trending so far. A lot of stories that it has been sold, but that is it. We leave it like that. Sunday town looks very busy. Yeah? Our city is very busy during the Sunday. Very busy. Than even during the weekday. You can see how vehicles are there everywhere. Yes. So this guy, Thomas Mboya, he brought in NSSF. NSSF is one of the, it is an NSSF, National Security Fund, something like that. Maybe I will write that name in full when I'll be describing. It's a bit hard for me to say it in full, but it is NSSF. So he's the guy who came up with it. And you can see me remember some of his speech where he said that I believe Kenya will be ruled by the rule of law and its leaders will be elected by their people. I remember that. He said that statement, and for sure that's what's happening. We are being ruled. We are electing leaders. Yes, we elect leaders. That's Rasta and looks very nice. Picasso restaurant. Yeah. Sunday is ever busy in Nairobi town. And one thing is that this Tom Mboya Street is the demarcation of Nairobi downtown and uptown. So this side is Nairobi downtown. When I go the other side, I'll be on Nairobi uptown. That's if I jump the street, that I'll be on Moi Avenue. Moi Avenue is Nairobi uptown. And the difference between these, I saw someone who was saying that Nairobi is doing things upside down because in the big cities, downtown is where everything is done. It is the coolest place some can go. But in Nairobi, no. Downtown is in the trenches where all sorts of illegal activities may happen. But uptown is where civilization happens. And you will understand this when I'm saying that civilization will happen uptown. Downtown, most of the people they apply their own rules. Though being that we have a system, we have the government or the police, but it's hard for them to be in Nairobi downtown. So that's the difference. So when you come to Nairobi, downtown is into the trenches there, and uptown is where everything is done in the right way. Okay, and I'm not in downtown. I'm not saying that is that illegal. No, but when you are there, you just have to be a bit extra cautious of what may happen. Okay. Yes. That is Koja, and that's the end of Tom Mboya Street. As you join Waiyaki Way, or as you join Thika Road, that is the end. And this takes you to Moi Avenue. but fewer shops are closed. No, fewer shops are open, but great number of them are closed because it's on Sunday. This is a recently built building, still new, not all. This one still new. It was recently built, and you can see some of the European influence. They are still here. Yes, we still have those buildings. Yeah. Then the Bazaar Plaza. So I want to find myself on Wabere Street, so that we see the Supreme Court. Then we go to Holy Family Basilica, and then we end the video. This is Government Road by then. Then it was changed to Moi Avenue. Bazaar for the Indians, Biashara Street, as you move like that. Okay, so we meet on Wabere Street on Sundays mainly. We have a lot of video recording. Yeah, the streets are always full of youth. Like this group, they are recording music there. So I'm on Wabere Street, and this is the Bank of India. Before it was the museum. No, museum, it was the Parliament of the Colonial. And the Jamia Mosque is there. And I'm on the Kenyatta Avenue. By then, Kenyatta Avenue was the 6th Avenue. Okay, I always like bringing that all this into the present. It feels good when you can remember such. And remembering such, it happens when you read more about the history of your country. Not that there's something that you have to read more about it. You have to go back and check. So we are moving towards the Supreme Court because this video is revolving around the Tom Mboya Street, and we had to understand who was Tom Mboya later because that Supreme Court, it is where the assassin of him, that's Nahashon Isaac Njenga, was charged by hanging, was sentenced to death. And then from there we'll move to the Holy Family Basilica. Today is on Sunday. I will get the access into it, and if I will not get the access into it, I will still talk outside, then we end the vlog. So we are on Wabere Street. This is Wabere Street, being on Sunday. That's the street, how it looks like, and fewer people. Yes, content creators. This is Nairobi. Yes, so the other day I came using this road on a motorbike, and the video had started from the Memorial Park or the Aga Khan Walk. Okay, so destination is the Supreme Court, because we are just connecting those dots. How we lost our sharpest or our smartest labor leader who turned politician, and what transpired after. Some of the steps they were taken until he was buried back in the museum in his hometown. If we'll get time, in the near future, or if we get time, we can still visit that area. That was not a guarantee, just what if we will get time. So Wabere Street is in Nairobi. That is between, it connects 6th Avenue and City Hall. And on Wabere Street is where we have the City Hall of the Nairobi County Assembly. And then we have the Office of the Governor. Yes, that is it. So as I had said that before, when people were rioting during the Reject Finance Bill, they banned a lot of things, so the City Hall was not spared. In fact, they occurred the highest damage, because they went on even burning the Office of the Governor. It was set on fire. Yes, you could see people coming out from the office of the governor with chairs. Yeah, a lot happened. And another thing, I've been talking more about Pronto restaurant. I've been talking more about it. It's not that it's not that I have shares in Pronto, but this restaurant is one of the best in Nairobi town. Pronto, Kilimanjaro, and others, as we'll be trying to explore more. Okay, so this is Moi Street, and in front is the Supreme Court of Kenya, where Nahashon Isaac Njenga was charged and sentenced to death after he had assassinated the then Labour leader Thomas Joseph Odhiambo Mboya. That is the Supreme Court of Kenya. Yes, the Supreme Court of Kenya, where the assassin of Thomas Mboya, he was charged at and later sentenced to death. If you watch all the videos, you will see the vehicle ran from that side going like that, but then the town wasn't looking like this. Okay, and this is the city hall. Just next there we have the Holy Family Basilica. Yes, the Supreme Court of Kenya. It was also affected during the finance bill. The windows were broken. Someone smashed a stone, and you can see the effect of this. We can see the Masai market now. It's outside. Yes. Okay, so let's move to the Holy Family Basilica. If we will get access to it, we'll enter into the Holy Family Basilica. I'm a Christian, and I don't think there's any problem. And I'm not just saying that only Christians are allowed. You can access the prayer room anytime you feel like. For me, I can also access the mosque, but it's only that I don't know what to say when I enter in. So that one I can do. The city hall, where we have the office of the governor, and then the other side we have the KICC. KICC also, it will come in a very good explanation because it requires a lot of understanding of what you have to say. You can see the effects. So some of the effects that happen until now, they haven't started renovation. But now the office of the governor is now operational. It is working. Okay. So as we are moving towards the Holy Family Basilica, that's the place where the first mass of Thomas Mboya was held, and we'll be ending the video. A lot of lightings here. Yeah. I think I want to sing and record the music. You can see lights are there. Yeah, everything. So the cameras. Okay. That is the office of the governor, City County of Nairobi. So a lot happened during the reject finance bill. A lot of damage occurred. The damage incurred or occurred. There's a city hall that moves towards the government road on Moi Avenue. Found of the Holy Family Basilica, one of the oldest churches that was built in Kenya by the missionary. And in 1969, this is the place where the body of the first mass was held. That was Thomas Joseph Odhiambo Mboya was held at this place. Yes, and it's still like that. It's only that they do the renovation. Renovation is mainly done to make that place look nice. So this is the place, the Holy Family Basilica. This is where we had the mass. I want to try to access inside inside the church. Okay, so this is the place where his mass was held after he was pronounced dead. His body was moved like that for the burial back in his hometown. On the other side, we have the Cardinal Odunga. That is Cardinal Odunga. Yes, I will access the church. we pray, then we continue, but praying won't be on the camera. So this is the compound of the Holy Family Basilica. Today is on Sunday, that's why you can see the compound is full of people. Yes. And we have the Bunge Tower is there, the Kenyan Parliament, and this is the outside. So let's go in, then we call it a day. Inside the Holy Family Basilica here in Nairobi. That's how it is, well decorated. It's an old building that was built long time ago. And as we were doing the story of our great Thomas Joseph Odhiambo Mboya, we had to come up to this place because this is where his first mass was held before his body was released for burial. So just imagine in 1969, people were sitting on these benches, people were crying, people were outside on the parking lot were crying because their savior or our savior had been assassinated. And you see, death doesn't have any reverse. Once it happens like that. So you can imagine the sorrow that filled up these benches. As much I can see, they're very old, but well taken good care of. You can imagine the sorrow that were on the faces of the people. Even the priest who was not supposed to give the word, to speak to the people how he felt, because we had lost the greatest leader in our country. We had lost one of the brightest politician or one of the brightest labor leader we ever had. So just imagine how this hall was filled, how this church was filled with people. People were crying. They could look up that this guy, may he just open, may he wake up again. But it was already too late. So this is where his journey for the burial began, at the Holy Family Basilica. So the Mass has just ended, and we'll be waiting for the second Mass. Yes, and you see, if you want to pray, this is where you bring that one down, then you pray. I know most of you, if you are Roman Catholics, you are familiar with the presence of such, and you can hear some slower music. You can see their pictures on the wall, the decoration, the architecture that was the great mind that they took to build this church. Okay, guys? Yes. That is where we lost Thomas Joseph Odhiambo Mboya, and the first Mass was held at this place, the Holy Family Basilica. So let me head outside as we'll try to wind up. We meet outside. So we are outside of the Parliament Road as we'll be ending this video, because I'm mainly on the Parliament Road. We're not supposed to record anything. So we'll end this video from this side. As I say, thank you very much. We meet on the next one.